Welcome to another episode of my Martini journey, where I try to find my perfect Martini. Or maybe it's more about exploring different ways of enjoying great Martini cocktails. So, in the first video I showed you the 1 to 2 Martini, which we thought is quite nice, especially in the afternoon to enjoy or for lunch. But modern gin martini lovers tend to drink their martinis quite dry. And in this video I want to explore the opposite of going very, very dry. So for sure you can dry in the martini drinkers world we have two main ingredients, which is gin and vermouth. And dry means very, 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 very less of dry vermouth. And I looked up in some old books and some old recipes to understand what's maybe the driest version you can get of a dry gin martini. And to be honest, there's, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe not, let me know, two ways to go very dry. There's a British way and an American way, in my opinion. So the British way is the Montgomery cocktail. And I think a kind of an American made it famous, but it's named after a British, not soldier, more like, I'm not sure if he's a general, something like field, so a high-ranked army member of the British Army, Bernard Montgomery. And he always said, I like to drink my martinis like I do my battles. I like to outrange the vermouth 50 times more with gin. So this is how I would enter a battlefield. If I have 50 times more soldiers, then the battle is won. So the Montgomery style would be to have 1 part of vermouth and 15 parts of gin. Well, it's a story, and at least there's very, very less. I think that's maybe, I'm not even sure if you can taste it, the less possible version of enjoying vermouth in a martini. I'm not sure if we can taste 15 to 1. But I think the same idea, and I think, but I'm not sure that it's done by Americans, it's called the in and out martini. And this is something I think it's a really cool serve, especially if you do it sustainable in a nice way. So first of all, this is just a chilled stirring glass with lots of water. Look, it's in North Cumberland and it's starting to snow and to hail. Well, welcome to Britain. So, what an in and out martini is, you take your stirring glass, you add a little bit of vermouth, you stir the vermouth, so you kind of, flavor the ice. With vermouth. And maybe we add some hail to it. So the sustainable part of a modern in and out martini is not to waste the good vermouth, but to have it as an extra chaser or shot. So maybe if you go for dinner or for lunch, please don't water my vermouth. Now you have a little dry vermouth, very chilled. To open the palate. And then here comes the gin. Very punchy, very juniper. This one, the HEPPLE is 45 ABV. So normally I should measure, but it's not about measuring. So now we need like 7, 8, 9, 10 parts or centiliters of good juniper juice. And we give it a stir. I know that when it comes to perfect martinis, you add a splash of a citrusy bitter, like an orange bitter. We come to that later, because I also want to try without the flavor of the orange bitter or citrusy bitter. Give it a good stir, because I mean it's quite cold now outside. We like a cold martini for sure. And also we like a nice dilution for it. So, let's have a little teeny tiny glass. And just add the wonderful cold stirred, vermouth kissed, juniper soaked martini in this glass. Without citrusy in the moment. We can add a lime peel, a lemon peel, whatever we prefer. But for the moment, I just want to give it a pure try. I love it. To be honest, this is be honest, I'm not sure if we should call it a martini. It's just a very well stirred gin cocktail. Just gin and stir it down with nice ice cold, in a nice ice cold stirring glass. And for sure now, after and you really get the juniper. And this, I have to say, it's really nice. This is definitely maybe not something for the, let's say, for the lunchtime. But maybe something when you sit in Northumberland and it starts to hail very strong. Then you need something to warm you up. So, normally we add some bitters. But there's also nowadays lots of bitters producer where you can spray. And I think I really like because it's more like a dust, you know. This, for example, is a very small producer. It's called the 7 Cents. And this is a lemon bitter. So we give it a little bit. Okay. Hopefully the Northumberland wind was not too strong. Yeah, yes. Now we have a nice lemon. Whoa. For sure we can have some lemon peel to be stylish. That's nice. What's your favorite gin for a martini? I have to say the HEPPLE is, if you go 100% kind of 100% gin and cold chilled ice water, there's lots of juniper hitting your tongue in very different, interesting ways. So, if you want to go super dry, you can go to tell a story. I think good drinks, when you host your guests at home, you want to give a good drink to your friend coming there. A good story is always much important as the good drink. So you can choose to serve them the Montgomery, which is 15:1, 15 parts gin and 1 part of vermouth. Or you can go in and out and also give them a little chaser of a wonderful vermouth before you enjoy the martini. Whatever you prefer, in and out is something special. It's maybe for colder days, but also for special moments and for definitely people who love juniper if you love gin. Go for it. I like it. It's maybe not the thing you have every morning, but at least from time to time. So now I have to be careful because the hail is watering my martini, and this is something we have to be very careful about. I like the weather here in London, in Northumberland. Enjoy your martinis, cold and dry, sometimes wet.